Hello, this is Attorney Tara Hutchinson with Pittsburgh Family Law Services. Today is Friday, April 15th, 2022, and there are a couple of holidays that are coming up this weekend. So we're starting off with Passover, which begins tonight, and then we have Easter on Sunday. So holiday schedules can create a lot of confusion for parents who share custody of their children because it goes against what they typically do throughout the year. So even though your ex-spouse may not ordinarily have custody on this weekend, because your order says that your ex-spouse gets to see your child on Easter's in even numbered years, which 2022 is, you have to change things up a bit. So it can cause some confusion, some uncertainty, and I'd like to resolve some of that. So I'm going to give you 5 very quick tips to have a much more calm, much more peaceful custody exchange this holiday season. So the first tip is to read the order before anything else. Make sure that you understand and you are clear on what the custody exchanges are going to look like, what time our exchange is going to occur, who's going to be responsible for transportation, where are you dropping off your child or picking up your child, who's picking up your child, what time are you picking him up, etc. Don't assume that just because you've done things differently in the past means that doing something differently will work again this year. Understand the default custody order first before you do anything else. Second, talk to the other parent. So if you know that an exchange time at noon just isn't going to work for whatever reason, tell the parent in advance. Same thing if you are trying your best to drop off your child, but you have run over a pothole and your tire is now shredded and you can't get anybody to assist you because it's a holiday weekend and you're stranded, call the parent or text the parent. Whatever means of communication you have with the other parent, let them know, because most problems and most issues that come up can be worked out, but they need to know what's going on as soon as possible. Third, understand that sometimes things happen. It's not that it's a good thing to be late for a custody exchange. Nobody wants to encourage a late custody exchange. It absolutely messes up with the entire schedule. I get that. Attorneys get that. Judges get that. But sometimes things just happen. Things happen that are completely out of anybody's control, and you need an accommodation. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs assistance at some point. So be generous with working with the other parent. And if the other parent says this time just isn't going to work, what can we do? What can we do so that each of us get enough quality time during this holiday with our child? Be generous in trying to work it out. Fourth, I know that a lot of people will do things like giving up alcohol during Lent in the 40 days that lead up to Easter. And now Easter Sunday is here and you get to have that lovely glass of wine at long last. Be mindful of alcohol intake if you will be driving with your child. It doesn't take nearly as much as you would think to reach the legal limit. And you cannot go off of how you feel. So even though you feel like you're fine and you're okay to drive, it doesn't mean that you necessarily are. So please be careful and please be mindful of alcohol consumption, because the last thing that you want to have happen is a DUI over a holiday weekend, especially if you have your child with you. And finally, you will notice that I am recording this video from my home. The reason for that is because my office, along with most attorneys' offices and the courts, are closed from now until Monday, meaning unless you have a true emergency, your ability to get assistance between now and Monday is very limited. So on that note, this brings me to my fifth tip, which is to understand and know what an emergency really is. An emergency is an imminent threat to the health and safety of your child. An emergency is not things like the other parent didn't show up. The parent showed up an hour later. My child ate ham at dinner, and ham is a food that's against our religious beliefs. Or my child was with the other parent, and the other parent let him drink wine at Easter dinner. I am not saying that any of those things are acceptable. They definitely are things to talk about with your lawyer after the weekend, but they are not emergencies. They do not require instant assistance. Finally, if you do have a true emergency, the people to contact would be 911 because they are on call. They will be able to assist you. Your lawyer will likely not be answering the phone or be able to assist you unless, like I said, it is a true emergency. And sometimes not even then, because it's a holiday and they may not be checking their phones. So with that in mind, just to recap, read the order, talk to the other parent about the upcoming holidays, understand that sometimes things just happen and the other parent needs a little bit of help. Fourth, be mindful of the alcohol intake this weekend if you will be driving with your child. And five, understand the difference between something that is an emergency and something that is an important problem that needs to be addressed after the weekend. So with that, I wish everybody a wonderful holiday weekend, whichever it is that you are celebrating, and I hope that you have peaceful custody exchanges all around. Until next time, everybody, take care.